In today's video, I will walk you through on how to create lists with HTML tags, okay? Practical aspect. Without taking much time, let's just get right into it. So the first step you need to take before we can start writing some codes is to get a code editor, all right? And in this case, I'm going to be using VS Code, which is Visual Studio Code, developed by Microsoft. So if you don't have, you can open your web browser and search for VS Code. Install it on your PC. Alternatively, if you are using Windows PC, you can click on Microsoft Store. All right. So once the store opens, you need to search for it. So click here in the search area and type Visual Studio Code or VS Code. Okay. Visual Studio Code. You can see it here. So once it shows up, you will see an install or get button here. Click on it, but here it is already installed on my PC. Okay. Then the next step is to create a folder where we will save the HTML elements. Okay, we'll be working with. All right. So I'll click on File Explorer. As the browser opens, click on a particular folder where you want to create a new folder for the HTML tags, okay, and elements. So here, let me go with documents. So I'll click on documents. All right, in this documents folder, let's build a new folder of our own. So click on new and select folder. So let's call this HTML lists. HTML list. Okay, after that, press the enter key for the folder to be created. Okay, so double click on this folder for it to open again. And now we are going to build another folder inside this folder. So I'll click on here, I'll click on folder. Okay, so let's still call this thing HTML, all right? Because the program we are going to have inside is HTML, all right? So just give it a name that will be different from the major folder name, okay? So that's why I want to have it as just HTML. Then enter key for it to be saved. All right, so now we have this our new folder here, and this is where we'll be saving the files, the code we are going to be building. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our VS Code. So I'll click here, and type VS Code. Okay, VS Code. It will show up. I'll click on it for it to open. So this is the interface you are going to see. Okay, so the next step you need to take is to import this folder we created. All right, so I'll click on file and click on open folder. This opens a particular folder on your PC. So click on documents, which was where we created our folder. Then we did that inside HTML list. I'll double click on it, then click on this HTML, the one we named second, and click on select folder. All right, we are now landed on this interface again. Then you will see these buttons here. This one is new file, this one is new folder. We want to create a new file inside this folder. So that is what you need to click on the new file icon. Okay, so on this new file icon, we are now giving a space for you to name, to give the file a name. So let's call this list.html. .html, because we are now building a list. Okay, that's why I gave it that name. You can give it any name of your choice. It mustn't be list.html. Okay, then I'll press the enter key. All right, on pressing on the enter key, we are now placed on this page, this interface for us to start what you want to write, the code. Okay, we want to write now as a developer. Then we want to use HTML5. So start typing HTML. All right, that's the beauty of this program, the code editor, VS Code Editor. It gives you suggestions as you type. All right, so here you can see some HTML versions here. We have only HTML, we have HTML5, and we have HTML SML. We are going with HTML5 in this case, so I'll click on that. All right, this has given us the structure of HTML code. This is the major structure. We have the doc type, we have language, we have header, the head, and we have the body section. And it ends with HTML tag as well. So the list we are going to be building here will be inside the body section. All right, so this is where we are going to be concentrating on. So as we have this structure, the next step now is for us to start creating our list. And most lists appear in the body section. All right, so you can see body here and S in body. So I'm going to click on here and then enter key to jump to the next line. I can still enter key again just to have enough space to work on what we want to work on. All right. So the type of list I want us to create first is unordered. All right. The one that is listed with bullets. All right. Without any number. And the tag for list is UL. Okay. So I will try to type UL and the program will suggest it for me. You can see as I type the letter U, it has suggested it for me. So I'll click on it. All right. So this is the tag for unordered list in HTML. Okay. So I can press enter again to have space. All right. To have enough space. But before then, let me say a few words before the listing. So I can click here and say, these are the names of my students. Okay. All right, so I have it. These are the names of my students. So I can click here and start listing them. And for me to list them, I have to introduce another tag that is known as li. All right. All right, so you can see that. I will select it. So in this space now, I will type the name of the first student. Let's call the first student Emmanuel Mike. All right. Then after that, click here, press the enter key, and then still type RI for suggestion to be given to you. Then in between, type the name of the second student. Let's call her Helen Mike. Okay, after that, as usual, click here, enter key, RI again. It is suggested for us, click on it. Then the name of the third student can be James King, okay? Okay, so this is the structure of the list as in on ordered list. Okay, this gap doesn't mean anything. We can close it or we can leave it. So far, there is no command or tag telling us that this is paragraph. So everything will be okay. So let's go and take a look at how this thing will look on the web. And before we do that, just come here, click on file and click on save. All right, this information has been saved. So let's get to that folder and see how this will look like. Documents, then we call it HTML list. Double click. All right, double click on this one. Okay, so click on this, then right click and select to open it with any of your browsers that can run code. All right, Edge, Microsoft Edge can do that, Microsoft Chrome can do that. So I'll select Edge here. As you can see, these are the names of my students: Emmanuel Mike, Helen Mike, and James King. So if you are building a web page, all right, on a website, this is how it's going to look. So let's talk about the another type of list called ordered list. So I'll minimize this. I'll get back to my code again. Okay, so I can click here and jump. So this one has closed. We don't have any business with this one now. So let's talk about the ordered list. The ordered list is introduced using the OL tag. All right. So type OL. It is suggested by this VS Code. Click on it. All right. I can press enter so that I can have the list of my items in between. But before then, can we say a few things? Okay. Let's say these are the items I bought from the market. Okay. Okay, it reads, these are the items I got from the market in order. Okay, so now I have introduced this program that will allow me, oh, this is not supposed to be here, sorry. So I have to copy it, please, because it's not supposed to be in the unordered section. Control C, copy. I'll remove it, okay? So I have to have it here. Good, because we are done with this one, okay? Yeah, in programming, in writing of codes, you can make mistake and you correct yourself, okay? As a programmer, it's not a big deal, okay? So these are the items I got from the market in order, all right? Then after introduction of this one, I'll start listing, enter. So we still use all I tag for that. Then I'll click on this. Maybe I'll have this as rice, all right? After that, click here, enter, then introduce li again, okay? Then type the second item in between beans. Then click here, enter, li. Then type the second item carrots. So after you have list everything you want to have here, you can then click on file again and click on save, or you can use Ctrl S. Okay. So this space doesn't mean anything. We can close it up a little, or we cannot. Anyhow, it doesn't change anything. Okay. Then I can still click here and save, but it doesn't change anything. Okay. Save. Then let's get back to our web page and refresh this page. Can you see that these are the items I got from the market in order? Number one, rice. Number two, beans. Number three is carrots. I believe you find this content helpful. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to this channel. Here we cover a lot on technology, including the basic programming language and other related areas in tech. So if you want to learn more, subscribe to learn, okay? Leave a comment and hit the like button so that YouTube will recommend this video to more people. Watch this video here to learn more on HTML basics, okay? Thank you. I'll see you some other time.